Howdy Darks! Welcome, welcome. It's Unchatter. It's time for Dyson Sphere. It's time for, maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, the last episode of Dyson Sphere Program. For now, probably. I don't know, we're gonna find out. We're awfully close. We're watching those last solar sails trickle in. So there's not a whole lot of stuff we can do right now to speed up the completion of the Dyson Sphere. So we're gonna continue what we did last stream and hunt some achievements. We were doing pretty good on achievements last time. I think the final tally was we finished with 14 achievements in the last stream. This one's gonna be less. I think we took care of a lot of the low-hanging fruit. So the ones that we're working on right now are gonna be a little more work, but that'll be, you know, hopefully engaging and interesting. I think where we left off, we were working on foundations. We need to pave an entire planet for one of the achievements. So we're gonna work on that. Raiding with a party of 10. Oh my goodness. Hello everyone. Welcome in. This might be the final Dyson Sphere stream. We're gonna be hopefully finishing up a sphere today. So stick around. We're gonna hang out and we're gonna make something gigantic. Hello, hi. Welcome in. Any friend of Jam's is a friend of mine, so welcome to all of you. Today's episode is brought to you by the sun. Goodbye, sun. We will be blotting out the entire sun today, but also by you hanging out and raiding and clicking buttons and liking and following all that good stuff. I'm not really taking anyone's money other than like directly from viewers, so I just tap a button and that helps me out, and that's really all I ask for these days. And we're just gonna we're gonna hop right into it here. Let's see. Follow Unchatter for good vibes. I do my best. No, not the sun. We're using the sun. We're putting the sun to good use by stealing it. Let's take a look at it. Here we are. Here's our sphere. But I only got sun today. I need it. Well, I'm taking it. I'm stealing it. You can see it's in there. See it? It's hiding in there. At the holding star. And we are encapsulating it in this structure here. You can see all of these things. This is our cloud of solar sails, as they're called. You can see them being launched from our planets into orbit currently. And then our frame for the Dyson Sphere is complete, and you can see the solar sails are slowly marching their way into these little node points and filling in these panels. And once all those panels are filled in, then it will be complete, and that will be the completion of my goals for the stream series, really. Our structure is complete. We have 162,000 structure points, and then we have 6.15 million solar sails planned. We're at 5.83. So what's that, like 300,000, a little over 300,000 that still need to get plugged in. So we're getting there. Like we currently have, what is that? There's 650,000 in orbit currently. So we're literally just watching them plug in. That's kind of the whole, the whole thing today. But this has been a long time coming. It took us a long time to get here. Probably our 4th sunny day of the year. We're just now getting into the sunny weather. Like this last week or two has been quite cool, barely getting above 50 or 60 in the afternoons, and now today it's like 70, and this weekend's gonna be 80 just immediately. So we're gonna go right from like the cloudy season, like just straight into, oh god, summer. Sunny days sweeping the clouds away on my way where the air is sweet. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? I did not catch what tune that was until the very end. Yeah, I can't help you with that. I don't know. That's not my fault. I'm not going to take credit for that one. But yeah, so while that's going, we've got that going about as fast as it can go. So we're just going to kind of chill and work on achievements here. We did quite a few achievements last stream. I think we're looking here. Yeah. We did things like, what did we do? We clicked some buttons that I didn't know existed. Things like, oh, just naming a planet. Didn't know you could even do that, so you get an achievement for it when you figure it out. Great tune of nostalgia. It's all the Sesame stuff is so classic. Oh, we destroyed a whole bunch of dark fog. If you look at the Steam achievements, we were looking at this too. If we look at all the global achievements, my rarest achievement now, across all games, this is now my rarest achievement on Steam. The Happy Hunting 3, we got this last stream. We've killed 100, or what, 10,000? Yeah, 10,000 Dark Fog space units. And that's less than 1% of players have gotten this. So that is now my rarest achievement. Hooray. So we've been doing things like that. There's also things that I don't quite understand. Cruise at 340 meters per second in the atmosphere. We've gotten awfully close, and that's just cruise. We can fly for that. Oh, and of course now I'm just playing a different game, so now all the controls are gonna be different. Let's see if we can, whoops. See if we can cruise real fast here. Because we can go, if we get out of orbit essentially, and then we can speed up. There we go, got it. 340 meters a second. I can probably even do double that. Watch this. Oh boy. Whoa, not quite. But okay, that's an achievement. So warm in my office, I feel ill. Oh, that's not great. Gone from about 45 at the start of the week to 70 tomorrow. Oh geez, it's just that time of the year, isn't it? Blotting out the sun for the vampires, right? Exactly. Check it out. This is probably, I'm hoping that this is gonna be the last stream. Can you explain what V-Rising is? Totally. Here's our Dyson Sphere. There's our sun in there. You can still see it peeking through just a tiny bit. But yeah, I'm hoping by the end of the stream that this will be complete. And all of that will just be plugged in, and this will be just a single gigantic sphere. So we're just hunting achievements in the meantime. V-Rising, yeah, Diablo combat, survival, crafting, vampire thing. That's correct. It's a game that wasn't early access until yesterday. It entered into its 1.0 release yesterday. And it's a game that I and some friends of mine played. I'm just gonna sit here and like plop down a whole bunch of foundations while we're talking, because that's what my next achievement is for. Covering a planet with foundations. I saw you put up a server thing. Should I be checking it out on my month off? That would be, I mean, if you like that kind of game, then absolutely. So it's a static server kind of a game, so it's, you know, it's multiplayer, but it's not something that all the players have to be playing at the same time. Premises of this game is it's basically Factorio in space. So I'm already out of foundations. So basically now I'm explaining two games at the same time. So we have been sent to this star cluster by a colony of vampires. Is that what's going on? In this game, we are an AI intelligence who has been sent to this star cluster. If I zoom out on our play field, it's a series of stars. Here's our save game, just a neighborhood of stars. And we've been sent here by our host civilization far, far off away that we don't interact with directly. And they've sent us here in order to create a Dyson Sphere, essentially. Our job is to prepare this area of the galaxy so that it can produce the power that can, you know, supply an advanced civilization with enough power. So we're doing that by building a shell around an entire star to collect all of that power. So what's happening is we're building this sphere, and then all of this power is being beamed down to a planet that you can't see in this view. There's like a little planet. that orbits around like just outside the boundary of the sphere itself. And then all the power is being beamed down to that planet, and then we're using that power to charge batteries, and then all those batteries are being sent out to all of the other planets that we have stuff going on. Like here, these are the little stations, so you can see ships coming in and out and doing stuff. So like we get charged batteries, we discharge them here, this powers everything on the planet, and then we send the dead batteries back to the Dyson Sphere, and the whole thing continues. So that's basically what's going on right now. Technically speaking, the game has a win condition, which is this research, right? Mission complete. It doesn't actually do anything. I guess we should queue it up. That's the real win condition. I have set our goal to complete a Dyson Sphere. So we're not going to get like a credit sequence once it's done or anything. That's kind of my arbitrary-ish goal for this stream. But you can make you could put a Dyson Sphere on every single star, and the game will be like, cool, do you want more? It's just it's like Factorio. It'll go as long as you want to, basically. So yes, that's essentially what's going on here. I'm on a water planet currently. So this was complete water when we landed. It just looked like this. But there's there's resources here that we want that kind of exist in only a couple places. Like these little miners here. These are somewhat rare materials that we're on this planet for. But there's an achievement for putting down some number of foundations on a water planet, and there's also another achievement for covering an entire planet with foundations. So I'm going to try to do both of those at the same time by covering a water planet with foundations. So I'm gonna make this planet less interesting, all told. But you know, we are here to exert our will on the galaxy, and that is why I'm here. But yeah, it's basically conveyor belts in space. We're developing interstellar logistics at this point. You land on one planet and you have to work your way up the tech tree to be able to get to fly, and then to go to different planets, and then to go to different star systems and all that kind of stuff. Those are all different steps on the journey. So we're at the end of the journey at this stage of the game, but it's been a long road. We're about 100 some odd, 106 hours into this gameplay, I guess, this save, so it's a whole dang thing. And I love it. The reason I started playing this game, a couple months ago, at the time that I started playing it, because I played this game before, and it's an early access game, so it recently got a major release, or a major update, which added enemies to the game. They did not exist before, but now there are enemies who will proliferate themselves throughout the galaxy, throughout the star systems, and try to break your stuff. So we've been keeping an eye on them. We've got them basically under control at this point. We've kicked them out of our important star systems, and we have them. We are farming them, actually. We have a couple of star systems where we've intentionally left them intact and basically pissed them off and leveled them up, because there are materials that we can only get from them by killing them and collecting their materials. So that's them. They're definitely not harmless, but we have them under control. There's a little pole. You can see how the grid works. I think they were pretty creative about making a grid-based construction system work on spheres. It works pretty well, pretty satisfying. Look at this. This poor planet is gonna be so boring. But look, we're just making foundations at home, and then we're shipping them here, and then I'm using them here. It's automated. Automagical. Farming your swarm enemies for resources is the ultimate power move. I know, right? I'm pretty satisfied with it. There's like some secret-ish materials that you can only get from the dark fog, and they unlock like some secret technologies. Like there's some, like, you know, there's different tiers to a bunch of the different buildings. There's tier 1, 2, and 3 for like the assembler buildings, like the core builder buildings. But then there's like a secret 4th tier that specifically needs things from the dark fog, from the enemies. And like, not only do you have to specifically get it from them, they have to be a specific level before they can actually start, like before they qualify to drop those materials. So you gotta kind of nurture them in an odd way. But it's cool. I enjoy that. There's another material called unipolar magnets, one of their fictional materials, but it's a material that does exist in the world at large, but it's so rare that we've already mined all of it. We've already used all of the naturally occurring instances of unipolar magnets. So now our only source of it is from the dark fog as well. And that's like the thing I care most about, I think. Like all their secret buildings and stuff are cool and useful, but we've also made like basically everything that we need to make at this point. But there's the unipolar magnets you need for like not just buildings, but for like you continually need them for production. So that's where we're at. That's real cool. They've only broken the farm 3 times, I think. It's basically self-sufficient at this point. You can see this up here is telling us what like our buildings that are damaged out in the world. And you can see like this first one is laser turrets, and the second one is missile turrets, and then the third one is the signal towers, which do like attracting their aggression. So you can see that they are being hit and repaired always. They are attacking, like they're not even attacking in waves. They launch waves, but there are so many and so large that it's just constant now. It's just a constant stream of enemies coming into that farm, which is ideally what we want, but geez, it's a lot. So yeah, that's this game. At some point, like I won't be spending the entire stream on this planet, obviously. We'll go back to our home planet. You can see all of my production that's going on there. And we might go out and visit I'm already out. Geez, we'll see if we even have enough foundations to do this. We can go check out our farm because it's pretty impressive looking out there. And then when we get close to the sphere being complete, we should go out and hang out in that system too, because it looks really impressive when you're actually there, as opposed to looking at a readout kind of a screen. So yeah, that's where we're at with this game. And just in addition to that, the other thing that's on my mind is V Rising, because I just started up a static server, which is, you know, running in the background. I'm hoping that my computer just doesn't just die today, because that would be annoying. I mean, it auto saves and backups all of its saves pretty frequently, so we wouldn't really lose anything, but it wouldn't be cool. But V Rising is a game that me and some friends were playing a while ago. It must have been a couple years ago at this point, because it was in early access and there was still quite a bit that still needed to be done. Like you couldn't get to the end of the game. They just hadn't gotten that far yet. So now they have. Now it's in 1.0. Now the game is ostensibly complete. So we wanted to do it again. We want to do it now that we can do the whole thing. Lack of item. Holy cow. This is going to take a lot. This is a lot. Holy cow. Yeah, we've cranked through them all. Okay. Maybe we'll have to let it all kind of replenish itself a little bit and come back. But yes, it's you play as vampires in kind of a rustic, I guess a fantasy setting. I mean, we're vampires and we cast magic and stuff, but it's like a, yeah, that's just all of them. Okay, let's head back home. I can show you my home, but we paved a good chunk of that. That was pretty good. And then our home is over here on the Dork Moon. And we can warp between all our star systems at this phase in the game. There we go. But it's like you make your own castle. You get to do a lot of the base building stuff. I really like the aesthetic of the game, so it's fun to make things look nice. But there's also like I don't know what category of things this would fall into, but there's like FTL music. FTL music is great. Love it. This might not even be a remix. I think this might sometimes this playlist just has like the actual OST in it. So this might be that. Here's home. We've done a little bit here. We got all our stuff going on here. So far it's exactly the main menu thing. I think it does sound awfully familiar. Yeah, okay, it just says, I think it just says FTL soundtrack, yeah. I'm gonna be very distractible today. Like, how there's games where, like it happens a lot in mobile games where you'll have a mechanic where you have to, like, a thing will be happening while you're logged out. Like, you tell something to build to make you 1,000 planks, and then you log out, and then you come back tomorrow and it's done. There's kind of some of those aspects. So we have buildings that process materials, but sometimes you put in so many materials that you come back a couple hours later for them to be done. You get to have little servanty dudes. You can literally abduct villagers from the nearby villages and brainwash them into becoming your ghouls, and then you send them out on missions. And those take like time. Like you'll send them out one day and then they'll come back tomorrow, like in real time. So there's kind of that aspect to it too. There's like farming in there. There's bosses. It plays like an ARPG. It plays like Diablo, that kind of a game where you're running around as a person, and you got a sword, and you got some ranged spells, and you got like defensive spells. You get like dash spells. There's a bunch of different weapons. You go to a bunch of different abilities. Like so far, we can turn into a wolf to run fast. We can turn into a rat to be sneaky. You can turn into a bear to be a bear. Things like that. And then the goal is that you build your power and kind of grow your control over the game map until you have things out everywhere, and you can kind of teleport between places and run materials back and forth. I don't know. It's fun. It's a private server. I know what shifting into bear is for. I played Baldur's Gate 3 exactly. Vampires know what's up. I assume this is V Rising, not Dyson Sphere. Yes, exactly. No, once we get this done, then this game turns into V Rising. That's what happens. Yeah, our mech will turn into a bear. That's what happens. When our research has stopped. Oh, what is holding up our research? We definitely want to keep our research going. But yes, if that sounds interesting, Like, it's a game where you can play a lot on your own, which is why I like the static server aspect of it. You can be online when no one else is online, and still do stuff. But also, there are times where you definitely want to have your friends on, and you all kind of party up and go fight the scary bosses. So I think I like that combination of things. By the way, Paradox is having a sale on if you want to pick up Crusader Kingdoms. Oh, nice. Mine is 60% off. Jeez. I might own the base game. I guess I'll have to check. I might own it. If I don't, I will pick it up from 60% off. That's kind of ridiculous. I mean, our research is going. I don't know what was stopping it. This all looks fine. And we have all our materials. Are all in here. Main DLCs are worth it. Oh, circuit boards? We need. I guess we do use a lot of circuit boards. Check Crusader Kingdom 3's DLCs. I don't think I have played any of the DLC, and I definitely didn't play Crusader Kingdoms 2 at all. I was just kind of peripherally aware of it. Okay, so then we're making circuit boards here. Oh, are you out of something? Are we just out of copper? This happens. Our entire planet's gonna shut down if we run out of one of the core materials. Yeah, okay, we need to find more copper ore. Yeah, okay, we can fix that though. That's not a hard thing to fix. We just need to find a planet that still has some copper on it. Oh, there's still 7 million right here on our home system's inner planet. We're just gonna fly there, and we're gonna start mining some more copper. Be rising is 27 pounds. Yeah. I guess it was an easy call for me because I already owned the game. We bought it back when it was in early access. So it was an easy sell for me. It was like I already own the game. But yeah, don't worry about it if you're not sold on it. I might even stream it at some point so you can take a look at it without having to commit to it. If that's a helpful thing. Well, look, there's a bunch of copper mined here, but it isn't getting sent home. And that's because things broke and I didn't reset it. Or no. Why are you not? Oh, because you don't have ships. That's what happened. You just literally need the ships to get plugged in there. Okay, I guess that's fair. And then you're also gonna need space warpers, just like that. That'll help a little. Goodness, okay, yeah, that's immediately gonna go back home and just get sucked up into our forges. Similar to Terraria and Valheim. I would say more like Valheim. I enjoyed Valheim, but I joined the server way too late. Fair, I definitely know how that goes. I would say it's quite similar to Valheim. I enjoy it for the same reasons as Valheim. We can all be kind of cooperative. We can make a clan, or we have made a clan. By default, the clan size is like 4, but I cranked it up so we can have a 20-person clan if we want. And I like that cooperative aspect of it. So the devs of the game host like official servers, but like they even say it. Their intent is that you kind of go find a private server with some people you know to play, because their servers will reset on set intervals. But like the server I have will just be static, and it'll be It'll be good forever. As long as I have it running. They built a massive base and were all super powered, and then they finished the game the weekend after and stopped playing. Yeah, that's a little rough. I've learned I hate PvP these days. I love cooperative, so yes, agreed. My server is a purely PvE server. There's no PvP. No one will be coming in and breaking your stuff. It's also like an invite-only server, so you know, there will be people you might not recognize, but I'm not just leaving it open for the riffraff, you know. At least currently. So if anyone who is listening is interested in V-Rising, just join my Discord, and all the info's in there. But Chow approved, yeah. Yeah, I've fiddled with the settings a bit. I've like reduced the effect of some of the more annoying things that they do. Like gear wearing down. I've just reduced how much that happens. And like some resource consumption stuff. I've made it a little friendlier for, you know, reasons. Not wanting to just deal with losing all your stuff all the time. There we go. Mine the copper, please. So what's the server looking like at the Mo? At the Mo, it's, I think 6 people total have joined. Or I guess 5 people have joined, and I expect 1 more to join. And it's a very large map, and they have kind of explicit mechanics for you put down a little building and you lay a claim to this plot of land. Like there's explicit plots in the map, and then you say this one is mine, and then you're allowed to build on that plot, and then everyone can kind of have their own little plots. I even have it set so that we can all have 5, I think. We can claim 5 spaces, each personally. So we can, kind of my thought is we can all have our own little home bases, and then at some point we'll make like a big coordinated group base, kind of towards the middle. But we haven't gotten quite that far yet. So currently it's just kind of, we're still in the first area. The first area you can like progress through pretty quickly, as far as like your gear progression goes, but there's still a whole lot that we can do in there. It's large. It's quite large. There's so many empty plots. Yeah. Like I don't know how many people they expect to like end up on a server. I know that by default, like they don't recommend having a server set to allow more than 40 connections at a time. So clearly they plan for having at least 40 active players at a time, which explains how many plots there are. But like even then, like I don't know, that would be a lot of players. I don't know if I don't know if I'd want a game that's quite that active, because then you'd be kind of on top of each other. Especially in like a PvP kind of a situation. When we played before, we allowed like a light PvP kind of a thing, and it was just more of an annoyance than anything. Also, the button for rotating the camera and rotating buildings is different between this game and V-Rising, which I was just playing. So I'm just pressing all the wrong buttons all the time now. There we go. Some more titanium, why not? Alrighty, this is looking a little more active, right? Yep, there goes the copper. I think that's gonna be better. Let's run back home and check on things, make sure that things are going again. But our research is going, so I'm gonna assume that things are okay now. Oh, I'm also gonna... Come on. Land, please. There we go. These were for... what? There was an achievement for putting down a certain number of batteries, if you couldn't tell. So I'm gonna remove all these designations. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun time. I like building fancy Gothic architecture and terrorizing the countryside. It's a good time. I enjoy it. Insufficient foundations. I guess that makes sense. I did that. Anyway, brain. My brain is everywhere if you can't tell. I don't know, is there a third video game people want to ask me about? just to send me off on a different tangent? Okay, cool. And we're by our processors, so we'll get to see if we have our... Yeah, our copper's showing up, so I think we're good. We're seeing our circuit boards get made eventually. Ooh, a Prime Gaming sub! Hooray! Thank you, Darth 42 Baker. Do the peasants enjoy it? Great question. Do you want to ask him? Thank you for the Prime sub. You might be my first Prime sub, as far as I know. What I know about Hollow Knight, that I am so excited for Silksong. Could info dump on that all day. I'm sure you could. I played through Hollow Knight once, but I think you've gone into a bit more in depth than I have. I want to return to it. I think when my hype for Silksong reaches its peak, maybe I'll go back and replay Hollow Knight, because it's been a minute. I played after all the DLC was out, but it's still a couple years ago, right? And I actually didn't... I played with all the DLC enabled, and it kicked my ass. There's the... I've done about everything it has to offer, moved on to randomizers. If I went back to Hollow Knight, I would probably look into randomizers. Because I love randomizers just in general, and that would be a great game for it, I think. Are we low on iron again already? Is that just going to be immediate? No, it's just not making it down there. Okay. Yeah, it's just not going to get down that far. That's fair. Let's check on our foundations. Those are being made over here somewhere. And here's all our battery dischargers. This is how we're powering this planet. by discharging all these batteries. And then we're supplementing it with these artificial suns. My god, they're almost all on too. And then I went down here. If you were a Warhammer fantasy race, would you be vampire counts like V Rising, dwarves like Dwarf Fortress, or wood elves with the tree lovin'? If we're talking Warhammer fantasy, that's a great question. My knowledge of Warhammer fantasy is kind of just peripheral to my 40k in knowledge, basically. I've never really played the fantasy stuff. Are you filling up? Where are you going? Right, it's going here. Yeah, okay. Theory, yeah, okay, it's accumulating. Okay, so it's going. I mean, we got another 20k here. There's probably another 20k out on the other logistics station. So that's another 40k, which is like, 40k. Which is half what we need for that the one achievement, I believe. Silicon? We have silicon ore, but not the ingots? Does that mean we're just... These are all going. We need to smelt more silicon. Holy cow. These are like already... Or no, these are the second tier. We can upgrade all these buildings. We can upgrade all the building. Do that. I have a lot of lizards. They're kind of sus sometimes. Can I be the lizards? Let's grab these. Oops. And the taking a sack from a chest button is also different. That's cool. Screw my muscle memory, apparently. I enjoy that some of the Tomb Kings are good. Are they? That's news to me. I don't know, there's lore super good. Lizardmen are great. I would be a lizard person. Well, the real question is there a race of shapeshifters in Warhammer Fantasy? Because I imagine there is. Maybe that's the elves? Hello, Z. Hello, Lurker. We're gonna upgrade all our facilities here. I don't think I would be... I don't think I'd be a dwarf. As much as I enjoy Dwarf Fortress, I don't think I would be a dwarf. I would not survive underground for so long. I need some fresh air every once in a while. So I would be maybe I'd be like a hill dwarf, not an actual fortress dwarf. Sprites, known as sprites in peasant lore, are kind of nature's spirit that exists to protect forests, particularly Lauren. Warhammer dwarves are very grumpy and mad. Yes, agreed. Or I guess I know a little bit about words. I know a little about Warhammer Fantasy from playing Vermintide. So I definitely remember the grumpy dwarf. Lizards are cool, like Aztecs, Guardians of the World. That's cool. I would totally be, like, if I could be a mischievous forest sprite, I would choose that in a heartbeat. Yeah. Some weird, not like a malevolent force, but like if you know, friendly, but if you do something wrong, you're gonna hear about it, kind of a thing. Like I'd be Snufkin. Can I be like a supernatural version of Snufkin? I'm sure he would fit into the, the Warhammer universe. Okay, so now I want to upgrade all these sorters too, right? At this point we can just upgrade everything. And we can do 2 at a time. The lizard thing is that everything in the world has its place and the humans don't get it. Like when the humans come to South America, the lizards kill them all but come protect them in Europe because that's where they're supposed to be. Interesting. Interesting. They do whatever is best long-term, ends justifies the means to stop chaos. That's fair. See, I understand that, but I'm definitely not a ends justify the means kind of person. Not universally. There are times where it does not. It don't justify all the time. I guess super lawful good or maybe lawful neutral. That sounds like lawful, like just true to lawful, right? Adherence to a code. Above all else. Oh, that's titanium. Oh well. I'd say wood elves are like chaotic neutral. Yeah, that sounds right. I would be... My favorite alignment, if we're talking like in that kind of a spectrum, my favorite alignment is chaotic good, I would say. Like being a force for good, but just doing whatever needs to happen for the good thing to happen. It's not like I don't have a code, I don't have a law. No one's telling me to do things from on high. It's just if something needs to be better, then make it better. I enjoy that the elves have entire personality and diplomacy is seasonal. That's interesting. That's funny. I don't think I knew about that aspect. Diplomat in winter, impale on a spike. Diplomat in spring, hugs. I mean, at least you know what you're getting into, right? Hopefully. Okay, I think this is all looking good. If that's not enough silicon, we can always make more, but I have a hunch that that's going to be plenty. One thing that I really love about this game has the single best production readout of any game I've ever played. We can look at this graph for literally every single thing that we're making. So we were just working on high purity silicon here. So you can see we're looking at a 10-minute read here. This is a 10-minute range. So over the last 10 minutes, we went from not actually making any to slowly going up. And then the bottom side is our consumption of it. And then we can also look at local planet, but we can also look at every other planet that we have something going on, or we can look at literally everything together. So you can see across all of our systems, we are producing 8,000, well, I guess we should even just crank this down to 1 minute, right? So now we are producing 13,000 silicon and consuming 18,000. So we actually still need more. That's actually still not enough. We could boost it with proliferator. That'd be a lot of proliferator though. I don't know if that's too much proliferator. I might just build another line. I also don't want to get too caught up in just optimizing everything here because things are working. We're producing and consuming our proliferator at the same rate, which could either mean we're using all of it as it's being consumed. Well, I mean, it could either mean we're out and using it all as it's made, or we're full. Yeah, it looks like we're full. So actually, we probably could stand to have more things use proliferator. That wouldn't be bad. So let's do that. It's a crazy interface. It's my favorite. Every time that I'm in a game where I'm like, I'm curious what my actual in-practice throughput of some process is, and then I find out that I don't get a readout like this game, I'm always like, I should play Dyson Sphere. Hello. How's it going? We're talking about everything. We're talking about Warhammer Fantasy at the moment, which I know you know plenty about. Let's do like here, and I guess there, and there, and there. Oh, and we have proliferator coming out of this building. It's just not. It's going for all like the diamonds and stuff, not our actual silicon here. Funny. We could have fixed that a while ago. Oh well. You're gonna go there. And then I think that's all of the silicon. And then I might as well, no, we'll limit it to that for now. So then this is gonna be a spaghetti, as is tradition. Right, I wanna go up and then through here. And then, oh hey, Metroid Prime music. I was a little, Fiona, if you're still here, I was a little surprised, maybe not totally surprised, given the circumstances, but I was expecting you to play Metroid Prime today. Though it sounds like you're also still working on Sekiro a little bit. But Metroid Prime. I will not talk about Metroid Prime too much because I know you're about to play it. But my affection for that game runs very, very deep. And this might even... I was gonna say this might not be a remix. I think this is a remix. But this replicates the original vibe very well. This is a very, very chill song to start with. This is, yep, it's a sketty. You go there, and then now I have a cat. Hello, cat. And then, whoa, I went too far. But I played Metroid Prime back when it was a new GameCube thing. There we go. It's a little, it's a little serpentine, but whatever. I think that'll be fine. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, except that you didn't actually get placed on the thing. Hilarious. A lot of people know Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is so good. Went past me, but I enjoyed it via Smash. Samus is one of my mains in Smash as well, and that's no coincidence. Samus is one of my favorite fictional characters. But the game itself is also amazing. Smash Brawl had such good campaign, by the way. Am I the only one that has that opinion? Was that the Subspace Emissary one? Because if that's the one I'm thinking of, then yes. It was fantastic. Okay, now we look at our Silicon. I am Yoshi God mode on Smash. Yoshi's my other main. Interesting. We might have to do a mirror match at some point. Yoshi is one of my favorites. Samus I started playing back in, I guess, OG, right? The original Super Smash Brothers. I was doing Link and Samus. But then by Melee, I was doing Yoshi. There we go. Now we're producing 16,000 and using a little less than 10. So that's good. That fixed the silicon. That should all be good now. And then in theory, we have a bunch of copper going over here. We do. Very, very nice. And an iron's going great. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, I think so. Yes, 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 yes. Yoshi has the best moveset, and I will not be swayed on this. Aside from being adorable and one of my favorite characters, Yoshi's moveset is just... Between the headbutt meteor smash, the little neutral air booty kick, the tail swipe, the little egg thing, I don't know, every single move. Yoshi is one of the few characters where I like his entire kit. There's a lot of other characters, it's like I like every move except for one or two. Alright, so the research is going. Let's keep an eye on the prize here. Still closing in. It's gonna slow down a little bit just because there's only so many places where things can plug in, but it is going. It's going. We are at 585.87 million, and we want 6.15. Hopefully soon. Okay, back to achievement mode. Let's go back to our foundation planet. Oh, and we're gonna have to kill these seeds too. The enemies, the Dark Fog, keep trying to repopulate the systems we've kicked them out of. So we have to like intercept them in deep space to make sure that doesn't happen. Was it Kekwan? No, we're talking about... We were on Tania Borealis. There we go. I'm gonna rename this so I can remember it. This is going to be... Parking Latia. This is the parking lot planet. There we go. Me and my friends would do a tournament mode. We'd each get 3 different characters and the rest AI, but level 9 Pink Luigi and level 8 Ginger Lucas. Luigi's no joke. Yoshi's probably the most annoying to fight against, maybe Kirby. I think it probably really depends on the person playing. At least back in the Melee days, I was playing Melee a lot in college because we had a group of people in my dorm who were really into it. So we had little like weekly tournaments in the lobby of the dorm, essentially. And there were a couple of people who were pretty good at the game, and they were invested in the game enough that they were, you know, picking the top, most effective, highest rated characters, and trying to get as good as they possibly could in that kind of a sense. So they were playing like Fox and Falco and Captain Falcon. And fuck those guys. When someone is playing those characters in a way where they really want to win and they're really good at it, like especially back in Melee, so like shine dashes with Fox, or wave dashes with Captain Falcon, and you just get that knee to your face on like while standing on ground. It's brutal. It is so brutal. I was definitely much more middling in my abilities playing against them. So I would, you know, I'd beat a couple people. There we go. There's one. 80,000 foundations on Aquatica. So now we just need to do the rest of this planet. That's ridiculous. So, you know, I'd get like into the second or third round of the tournament. I'd beat 1 or 2 people, but you get to the end and it's like, okay, are you playing the Falco today? Or are you playing the Captain Falcon today? Which one of them is gonna kick your ass? Every week. And I was never good at the wave dashing. I couldn't really figure it out. Like, I understand it, but I couldn't just like do it on command like they could. They'd just do it. They just come at you. I just enjoyed King DDD. Yes. As you could annoy people with him in KO with a hammer for the memes. DDD is fun. I love how different a lot of the characters are in that game. Today we're just going to talk about all the different video games, I guess. I was talking about Metroid Prime. Kaleida is one of my favorite characters in fantasy. I don't think I know that character. This is so many foundations. What takes more rock? Building an entire planet or building a second floor in V Rising? Is she the good Tomb King? She's probably the most morally upright. Okay. It's not a high bar, right? For them. Lack of item. Turns out planets are large. Also going through our soil, aren't we? We still have 400 million soil piles. I guess we're also getting that from farming the dark fog, is dirt, which is sometimes a precious resource in this game. Though only when you're doing stupid stuff like this. Lack of item. Not even gonna get half of this thing done. A lot of Tomb Kings seemed at least capable of being good, even if they weren't actively good. Kallida's sister was one of the first vampires in this setting and wanted Kallida to join her. Wanted to know that, so prayed to her goddess who cured her of the vampirism and made her blood venomous because snake goddess. You know what? Good on her. It's probably a smart thing to do. In a world with vampires, why not poison your blood? It mostly just seemed prudent at that point. I was kind of hoping that this achievement would be like the low-hanging fruit for the day, but that might not be the case. But we're making good progress here. I mean, we've got... oh, maybe a quarter of it? Since she's been running around crusading against vampires specifically, and especially her sister, it was one of those characters where when her army showed up, she wasn't going to turn on you and sack your country or enslave you. So essentially, she's a lawful good paladin who happens to be a mummy. Huh. I mean, I guess. Why not? Can't always control all these things, right? Sounds like she's making the best of a situation, you know? When life gives you mummy, you poison your blood. Like they always say. Sounds based. I want to say Cetra, the top Tomb King, agreed that she didn't have to swear fealty to him because she was so based. You get a pass. I'm pretty strict about this, but you're real chill, so you do you. Nagash is the bad one. Man. I'm excited to hear. The Cass's theme. This is a good one. Okay. Is that all of like that latitude up? I think so. Okay. Well, that's a good chunk of it. Oh, I wonder if I have to get rid of all of these. I don't know if that counts as unfoundationed. Well, it looked like there was foundation under it. I wonder. Nagash is technically his own category. When you're so bad, you don't even get lumped in with the other baddies. Jeez. Could have emptied our inventory a little bit. Cetra is also cool. He united the country in life and also fought against Nagash a couple of times. Lack of item. Wow. Okay, we might look at what our other achievements are. Yeah, geez. Okay. What else we got? I want to working on this. This is where we're upgrading our energy weapons again, but that one's huge. 100,000 white cubes. Holy cow. Produce at least 108,000 universe matrices per hour. We are awfully close to that, aren't we? And those are the white cubes? Yeah, universe matrix. So we are making 1,400 a minute. The 1,400 times 60 is 84,000. Okay. So if we were to be doing 108,000 an hour divided by 60, so it's 1,800 a minute. So really, we just need to get another 400 a minute, and then that's an achievement. But that might prove tricky, actually, because our setup can't really expand. You are going... Oh, you're getting awfully close. Yeah, okay. Let's go squish some of these seed things. Take a lot more time to deal with if we don't. The vampire counts are most closely linked with Nagash on account of them also being narcissistic assholes with a god complex. Yeah? That does sound like a vampire. Okay, let's see if we can actually pounce on this thing effectively this time. Oh, I got close. Nope. Still 7 AU out. Oh, that was closer. I think it's coming towards us? Yeah, okay. Still a minute away, my god. How you doing? Yeah, you can see them all like coming out of orbit and going to their spots. We're at 5.88. So I'm seeing level 30 bases. I'm curious if 30 is the max. Oh yeah, and like they're not getting more XP once they're 30. I think 30 might be the max level. Which I'm okay with. Because much more than that, it's gonna start getting ridiculous. Pew pew pew. It's dead. Any others? That was definitely the closest one. There's what, you're going there. You're going to our home planet. I think we're fine. I always wanted Pirates of the Vampire Coast to get an official army book. There we go. Vampire Counts did some bad things to the Empire. I need to play... Which one did I play? I've played Total War... No, not Total... I haven't played Total Warhammer. I've played... Oh, Dawn of War? I played the Dawn of War ones, but I haven't really played the Total War ones much. Game does make my computer hurt? Yeah. I've seen it. Okay, so we are producing white cubes with this middle ring here. Like all our colored cubes are on the outside, and then it's white cubes, and then it's research in the middle here. So if these aren't all going... Okay, so not all of them are going. And you are missing green cubes, so we just need more green cubes. That will increase our everything else. So I think we just need to lengthen this. I think what I'm gonna do, see if we can get a cheeky copy paste in here. I'm gonna do like this essentially. no. It's gonna be super awkward. I don't think we're gonna get to actually copy paste here. Oh, I can't even see. Okay, well, that's... Coordinate scale of sub-areas are different from that during creation. Yeah, I bet. Okay. So it's getting weird about the grid, essentially. But we can do this manually. I guess I should get the upgraded buildings. Maybe we'll go like here and here. Does that work? And these can continue like this. And then the output is gonna go like that, I guess. I think that'll be fine. And you go in, you go in, you go in, you go in. And then you come out. Can't build here. This is the downside to doing a grid on a sphere, but you know, you kind of live with it. Nope. Yep, it's too close. Gonna go like this. Okay. So then, yeah, you're gonna be doing green cubes. You're gonna do green cubes. And then I need to go grab a big old stack of buildings. Who will lead a race war against the Skaven if not Sotek? Very true. A Sotek Red Skink Army. Ooh. That sounds like a fun thing to paint at the very least. Usually when I hear about weird armies that I've never heard of before, it's like, oh, that would be fun to paint. I have no idea how it plays, but it's probably fun to paint. Probably don't need 100 of them, but now I have them. Still haven't painted the main guy out of fear. Gotta want to pull him from under the bed now. Do it! Do it! At least show me pictures. You have a bunch of painted ones. Here we go. Oh, I need to... Because my computer chokes just a little. Let's do that. And then... we stack. Right, now you should be making us some green cubes at some point. There we go. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Guess I'm gonna upgrade these two. Okay. Does that help? I mean, that's 1,400. What did we need? I deleted it. It was 108,000 divided by 60 is 1,800. Do we even get anything out of that, though? I feel like that looks awfully similar. Okay, who's not going now? Unless they're all going. They all seem to be going. Okay. Well then. Well, my plan for when that happened, which I did not think was going to happen this quickly, was to just duplicate this holding thing. Which will be fun. But actually not too bad, right? Right, you are all going. Not all of them are researching. I guess, well, they're getting close though. This is almost used. I'm getting like halfway up. Oh, but there's like this whole stack that's not going. See, I should probably... This isn't quite balanced. We should have a little bit more white cube production and a little less actual research going on here. It's like, it's pretty close, but it's not, definitely not perfect. Lizards are great because they are such vibrant colors. Yeah, exactly. Painted up a few test skinks, but I did not have the kind of income at that age to actually build and convert a whole army of skinks. Yeah, I mean the money thing is really the primary reason why I've never actually just owned an entire army. It's literally just the cost. So I'm still not seeing the green cubes, like, pile up or anything. I guess we could look back here. Or maybe they are. I mean, they're making it all the way to the end. Okay, yeah, oh, geez, look at all this. Look at all this glowy nonsense. Look at all my shinies. Okay, it is piling up. So if all the color cubes pack their conveyors and all of the white cube producers are going, then that's like all we're gonna get out of this whole setup, right? Like purples are backed up, yellows are backed up, reds are backed up, blues are backed up. Yeah, wow. Look at us. So I'm gonna say that this whole thing is a blueprint. I think we have to go from the middle out. That's a heck of a blueprint. I guess I'm snagging a little bit more than I want to here, but that can be fixed. I definitely want to get like all of this. And of course, if I do this on another planet, then I'm going to want these to be interstellar stations instead of planetary stations, but those can be fixed without too much effort. Yeah, this is going to be our big fancy polar research. Save. And now I can look at it and see what I need in order to make such a thing, which is mostly going to be several hundred research stations and a bunch of Tier 3 conveyor belts. Neat. But if we make this, then we will literally just double our entire science production, which we'll see if our factories can actually handle that much. I mean, could I sneak it up here? We're not really using this pole for much. How much space would it actually use? Actually, I may have left just enough room for it. You know what? That is definitely the simpler answer. Who are you? You're nothing. Okay. You are literally nothing. Oh, this was our research. I decommissioned all of that research. So there's gonna be just a bunch of random cubes around. Oh, supply. Just get rid of all of these. There's gonna be a whole bunch of cubes in here. The main thing is gonna be moving these, because we are receiving and storing a whole bunch of stuff in here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say that they're gonna stop remote demanding. They're also gonna be remote supply, or remote storage rather. We're gonna have to find another place for all of this receiving that we're doing. But using a pole for it is not really a... The pole is kind of special, right? You want to do special things here. Okay, so now these will not be demanding any new things from off our planet. So now we just need to pick a spot to plop those down. Maybe... I mean, all of our battery stuff is going on over here. This is all power stuff. Maybe over here somewhere would make sense. I think that's what we're gonna do. There's a lot of receiving over there already. I do sort of like the lore for the lizards, making them demons of order, made of starlight and frog juice. That's cool. I haven't heard that part. Stellar frogs. So then these are all kind of doing their thing. I'm mostly just gonna plop them down, right? Let's just do one. Cool. Can I squeeze in another? Cool. And I do want them to all have space warpers, so this one's demanding, so I'm just gonna have it supply to all the others. And that's... You're already fine. Where are you getting... You're also demanding your own space warpers. That's silly. Oh well. And then I guess you can come up with this. Okay, so I dug out some old models, I made some videos for your Discord, perfect. You told me to, so it's not self-indulgent. Yeah, I mean, I did tell you to. I am curious. I always want to see what other people are doing. I am not very good at painting those models, so I'm always really interested to see what other people can do. That looks good. Okay, so now I'm gonna say both of these are gonna be doing the same thing. They're gonna be doing all of our fancy secret materials. Right? And that's not even all of them. There was one that that does not include. But it's probably the one that we need the least of. So let's do local demand. So we'll empty out our other stations up there. Hi, cat. Where'd they go? There they are. Okay. So we'll let that all figure itself out. They're, geez, they're going for it. And then this one needs to do the other thing, but it is needed less intensely, so that's fine. You're gonna local demand. So we'll also do that. And we'll do that. Okay. So that's at least a spot for them to go. Look at them doing their thing. Oh, and antimatter, of course. We definitely need to be receiving antimatter. But that's the only other thing. Okay. Local demand. Cool. So we'll let that all migrate. Also, they are mostly battered and unpainted figures for 15-year-old me. That's fair, and I get that. Our standards do increase as we get older, don't they? I remember one of my first introductions to. Oh, that's a lot of rocks. One of my first introductions to just the whole mini scene in general was my college roommate. And he just had a shoebox that was packed to the gills with Space Marines. And it was a whole thing. I mean, it's like he was good at painting. He ended up, it was like he was showing me like same kind of thing, right? It's, here's all the old ones that I made a long time ago, and they aren't up to my standards anymore. So he went through and spruced a lot of them up. Hey, you can go away. But just seeing the state they were in was interesting. He definitely improved. He had a bunch of Space Marines. He also had a bunch of Imperial Guard. So he spent a lot of time sprucing up the guard. I think that's actually far enough away that I don't care. And are you gonna go? Is it too full already? No, we also need to get rid of our space warpers there. Wow, it is full. Okay. So now we're going to local supply, remote demand. Local supply, remote demand. Yeah, there we go. Jeez. Okay. So that's basically that taken care of. I did want to decommission a bunch of this stuff too, but it's also just going still, so I don't know that I really care. Can you fit? Okay. Oh, and see, like, there's just a little bit left. I'm just gonna... I don't care. It's all gonna go out onto the ground, and it's okay. And I imagine this is too close, and that means that there's just gonna be a shit ton of rocks here. I think I'm gonna do, let's do this. Or is there space in any of these? There is, hey look. You're gonna be for rocks. I'm gonna take that whole thing and just plop it there. And then you're done. And then we need more foundations because, of course. But they're accumulating. Oh, I don't care about those. Don't even care about these cubes. Yes, this is wasteful, and I don't care. So now I need to bury these veins. I need to fill in these lakes. It's probably enough. Okay, let's see if that lets us do it. One of these is larger than the others. It does not seem to matter. It does not seem to matter. Cool. We'll just let that go. I'm gonna grab all the research buildings, which are over here. Just grab the whole thing. And then I also need more tier 3 conveyor belts. Just always. You can see it through the floor there. Oh boy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna land and I'm gonna plop down one of these battlefield bases. And it's gonna help build. This is awesome. We're just gonna double our entire thing. I guess we need the power to get in here, right? There we go. here's the little bit that I don't actually care about. You can go away. Look at it go! As a kid, you have no money, and as an adult, you have no time. Yeah, no kidding. And I mean, also no money, but I did stupid things like budget for a car repair, and when it was half the price, spent it on mukmakis? Mukmakills. I'm not sure I know what that one is. I relate to the plight though. Just should have spent it on a thing and spent it on another thing. Oliphants. Ah. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Mumakills. Yeah. I know what you mean now. I probably wouldn't have recognized it even if you spelled it correctly. Yeah, those are cool. War elephants. Yeah. Also minivans. What's the... Squigs? What's the orc one? The gigantic orc thing? Are those squigs? What am I thinking of? I also need normal research buildings as well, just because 159, holy cow. This is a non-trivial number of science buildings. Squigs come in all sorts of sizes. Oh, okay. But are those the ones where they'll like build a barracks on top of? There's something that they have that is just gigantic, like one of the biggest units in the game, right? Aside from like a Titan or whatever they're called, the giant mechs. And this is all just gonna go. It all remembers all of these settings, all just work. Of course, they don't have actual ships in there, but they're being supplied by everything else. So clearly it doesn't really matter. Squigoths, yeah. That's probably what I'm thinking of. That wasn't that far off. Are squigoths a type of squig? Are they related? Clearly I still need... Jeez, this is a lot of buildings. 107 advanced science buildings. Orcs are my 40k army. Excellent. I hear orcs are really fun. Orcs have a lot of the best, like... Their models have so much character to them. I remember my first time seeing like a really well done war wagon. I'm just staring at it like, what the hell is going on here? Like a lot of other armies, it's like, okay, it's a tank. It's a guy with a gun. It's a cool guy with a cool gun, but it's a guy with a gun. And then the orcs are just completely different. Orcs are a story for another time. Orcs are a story for every time. Orcs are the only story, right? I think the whole universe exists because the orcs want it to. Orcs and Kroot are really my thing. Other bits that caught my eye. Kroot are really cool. I also really like Kroot. Technically, I'm most recently a Deldar. Oh, Dark Eldar, yeah. Technically. Alright, we should be getting this achievement any second now, right? This is gonna be way overkill, but I don't care. Still need several buildings. Spicy. Dildar are not nice people. Don't say that too loudly. Where am I going? Every time my computer hangs and does the autosave thing, I'm just like, oh god! What's happening? No, not half it. I want the whole thing. Don't encourage them. Okay, so what is holding us up now? I'm seeing full conveyors, except for you. Are you out of... Excuse me, circuit boards again? Weren't we just looking at circuit boards? Or is it out for a different reason now? Because last time it was copper. Nope, now we have everything, but we are using them all. This has got to be going so fast, it's like, I can't even see how fast it's going. Because yeah, this is clearly going, right? And then this is filling. It's just going out as fast as it's filling. So that means we need to be making more circuit boards. Like this is all full. There's nothing in here slowing it down, right? This is all Mark III belt. This is all Mark III belt. So our little factory here is making things so fast that we can't even stack them onto a conveyor fast enough. Does that mean I pull out another Mark III conveyor? Is this smart? I'll at least let all these start building again, right? What they lack in morals, they make up for in style. Excellent. So it evens out, right? That's all good. Yeah, okay, here they go. So now at least these are going. I think we're still not gonna get things going way down there. Unless I were to like route another iron down there. Is that a thing to do? Because it uses 2 iron for every 1 copper. I feel like what I should do I just have another thing come in and just merge. It's not gonna be elegant. No, I can. Ooh, why don't we do this? Let's do this. Gonna pull out another Mark III iron conveyor belt. This is gonna go, I mean, ultimately I want it here, and of course it's gonna have to go up and over all this junk. Or can I... No, not that high. Can I just go in between these? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, we're gonna go out, over here. I guess it should also be proliferated, so we'll just go right there, and then you're gonna go down here, and then you're gonna go like that. Except I need to actually to connect, please. Like that. Yeah. Why can't I do that? Now we just need to proliferate like that. That's just gonna work. And now this can get even longer. Let's fix this real quick. Like that. Nope, that was almost correct. No. There we go. Okay. Now, how far does the iron go? About that far. It's probably like right as far as it can go. Yeah. Okay. Maybe even slightly more. Because here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at us! Look at us! That looks great. That was definitely the simplest way to do that, other than like making a whole other section somewhere. And now, well, it's keeping, well, even still. Holy cow. Now these are getting backed up because of just how many things are on the conveyor belt. I had to start a new sphere because of me. Oh, you're welcome. Welcome in. Sorry I didn't see you a moment ago. Chat is moving a little faster than I'm used to. It's very strange. No, not that. I want to look at our sphere. We're awfully close. We are awfully close. We're almost at 6 million. Not quite. So we have 0.25. We have another 250,000 to attach. But we're in the final 250,000. I feel like saying I played Deldar is providing TMI, but at least it's not TMI from saying I main Slaanesh. What's wrong with Slaanesh? Might have Slaanesh. Slaanesh and Khorne, nothing like being angry and horny on the battlefield. No judgment about having Slaanesh. The people who only play Slaanesh I worry about. Fair. Guess I would have a concern or two. A couple of units is a side project, so I'm safe. Oh yeah, we have a friend who I made a live, laugh, love sign where I placed the O in love with the Slanesh symbol. I'm still way in love with that. Love and lust are similar, right? Similar. If according to a chaos god, they're close enough. Apologize, started talking about Warhammer. You weren't even the one who started that conversation. So whatever. Let's check on our circuit board production. At the very least, it has to have gone up, right? Right. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, look. Okay, so we've done some more circuit boards. We're definitely still using them as they're made, but we probably have some things that need to catch up. Clearly, they're being starved in several places. You probably need some more boats. Some more skyboats. Okay, let's go check on our research now. Right? I mean, I'm seeing white cubes getting made. And these are all... Not all, but like, wow. Now what, you read? Oh, hey look! We need more energetic graphite. How's our actual white cubes doing? Have they gone up at all? Yes. That should be enough, right? Do I have my, look, 3,000? Where's my achievement? I think it's slowly going up. Is that moving? I think View Rising read me a vampire counts or something. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I once knew a guy in my LGS that had a project involving a lot of copies of Marathi. He gave out the metal horses like candy. Wow. I was to play orcs and goblins in fantasy. Oh, okay. I see it's going up. Okay, so maybe this is just gonna... This might just go. This might just work. But let's work on the graphite, jeez. I have a hunch that we're just gonna need some better smelters. And yeah, I definitely don't know Marathi. I'll have to Google it. Flood my Discord with all of these NSFW Slanesh images you're talking about, please. Over here somewhere. Here we are making energetic graphite. It is just getting used. We have coal. In theory, we're also getting coal from off-planet, too. I think. I don't know where it's actually coming in. Orcs and Goblins in Fantasy was where I learned to accept losing. That's not all my buttons, my fingies. I'm looking for the fancy little smelters. There, we have some. Okay. Or no, these are already upgraded, so we just need to make more. I'm just gonna duplicate this whole line here. Oh, we can also proliferate this, for that matter. have proliferator right here. There we go. That should help a little. But of course, now we need more coal. You have plenty of ships. I'm going to say that you're going to be calling in coal from off-planet. Or not. Yeah, we already... I swear we were mining a lot of coal from somewhere. Let's go make sure that that's still working. My stupid inventory is so full. Just empty. Where'd he even go? There we are. No, not that button. Like that. I have just random 3 batteries. I don't need all of those, all these hat things. Come on. Let's go over here. Where did I put those? Here, you. Okay, that's a little better. There we go. Okay. But I have our little fancy miner things. So let's go back out to that planet that was just covered in coal. That was one of these. There's 13 million coal in this system. It was this Tropicana, right? Yeah, there's 13 million coal on this planet. I've had one unit charge another unit and cut off my chariot. Oh no. Fill my Discord with NSFW/Nesh images is not what I expected to hear tonight. I'm gonna keep you on your toes. Too innocent for that. You want to look at the Deldar player over there. That's fair. Fine, Gantrock, fill my DMs with NSFW/Nesh images. Of course, I missed. Boop. There we go. Yeah, there's got it. This place has got to be covered in coal. Look how green it is. But next, were always fun. Sometimes you get the enemy's whole elite knight unit, and sometimes you get your own. Okay, so we're sending out silicon ore. We're sending out oil. Are we? Am I sending out coal from here? I am. Yeah. Okay. So we're just not harvesting it fast enough. which is a thing we can fix. Wow, that's a big vein. Holy cow. 1.7 million just sitting right here. I don't know why. I think we do like this. My kind of playstyle, keep them guessing. Technically this wasn't my army's fault, but it's a fun and very orky story I'll share anyways. I was playing against a friend whose army was warriors of chaos. He had a giant. Ooh. Have a little movement and get into range for melee. Oh, you're done. Probably cranked through a lot of the silicon on this planet too. Now there's still 1.6 million silicon, but I think that's way lower than it was. His giant grabbed my Gabo shaman and tossed it through my orc warlord. That sounds right. It's missing one. Fine, whatever. Again, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Yep, there's a lot of coal here. Oh, really? Okay, that's probably better. I did not win that game. Was your warlord okay? But the warlord was fine, right? Okay. We'll probably go back out to our formerly water planet and put down more foundations. Oh look, it's gotta be getting there, right? Especially with all this coal going back, that was definitely an ingredient that was the ingredient that we were choking on. I'm also just kind of assuming that oil is good. Oil seems fine. It's all just kind of accumulating. You're out. Sadly, no, neither survived. Oh. Well, at least he took someone down with him, right? There we go. We just increased our energy weapon damage by 20%. That's kind of huge. Now all these other researchers are gonna go like really, really fast. Yeah, look at this. This one's only 2,000. This one's 4,000. So the two of these together are like less than a percent. It's like 100,000 versus 6,000. So a couple percent. There we go. Universe Matrix Blue Belt. Perfect. That is a lot of research. Oh, hey, look, there's more just right here. And there's that upgrade. And then here's us completing the game in the technical sense. This is the mission complete research right here. Although the shaman did die, he lived screaming and messing up everyone's plans. Ah, he... Not sure I understand, but... Died but messed things up anyway? That sounds right. Alrighty, so... We were trying to do... Oh, I see. Upload a total of 1 million universe matrices. We're at 80% of that, so we probably won't get it in the next hour, but we're awfully close to that. Died as he lived. Oh, I see, yeah. Screwing everything up. That makes sense. Cruise at over 3,000 meters a second without activating warp flight. 3,000. Our max is 2,000. Right? How would you do that? You'd have to... The gravity fling? Hey, look! You've completed the Dyson Sphere Program.
The energy you have contributed will accelerate the development of Homeland.
This is our reward for technically finishing the game. Is the AI goes, good job. I think that's all that happens.
It will forever record your contributions to the upcoming civilization Type 3. Now,
Obtain organic crystals by collecting plants. We're on a great planet for that.
For the next journey.
Right, do these... Am I gonna get anything out of any of these? I guess we'll see. I don't know which ones... I don't know which ones give the organic crystal. So did you do the sphere or the research? I did the research. That's what that just was. We've completed the mission complete research, which doesn't do anything functionally. The game will continue after completion. The main thing was you have the ability to create 4,000 white cubes, which is, you know, non-trivial, but we also just completed a research that took like 100,000 white cubes. So, you know. And now what? Now we can do like faster logistics vessels. Better ray receiving. Faster warping. That gives us durability. I think I prefer the shields though. Level 26, holy cow. Oh, the shield energy shield just keeps going up. It's gonna cost 500,000 white cubes at that point, but the energy shield just keeps going up. That's interesting. Also, I know the answer for the subwarp achievement. It sounds annoying. Okay, well then tell me, so then I can just not do it. Also want to take a glance again. Getting closer. Haven't quite broken 6 million. See, the rate at which they attach is just going to keep decreasing as they complete. If I were smart and didn't make these giant diamond panels, we might be done by now. But it's too late for that. I mean, they are attaching, so we can also see, if we can see that 3,000 are attaching like at this moment. So I think that number is probably just going to keep lowering. There's nothing we can do about that. It'll get there. What else do we got? Oh, this went up. Wasn't it 80 something a second ago? I mean, I do have more. Okay, well, I guess let's keep doing that. Achievement's an achievement. Instruction list full. You have to warp at a star system and have it catch you in its rotation at the precise moment so that it'll transfer your momentum. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that sounds precise. Oh, and we're getting sulfuric acid out of those. Okay, we need those. That's also a thing we want. There's a handful of achievements for getting things from collecting things, so maybe we'll work on those. There we go. 100 organic crystals by collecting plants. There's also like, apparently you can find carbon nanotubes from plants. I wonder if it's like specific kinds of plants or something. Kind of seems like they're not all equal in that regard. Yeah, there's more organic crystal. Travel to 32 planetary systems. We just need another 9 systems. We could do that real quick. Oh, and this one, we definitely need to do that. Because we've done these 5, right? What's the thing that's here? This planet has something. Organic crystal? I don't think we've picked up organic crystal off the ground. Yeah, okay. So we can harvest organic crystal by hand, and that counts for something. You get like 10 of them, I think. Hopefully, yeah, this counts, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we've done organic crystal. So now we just need to find one more rare material type. We could do that by going to a new system, and that'll, work on 2 things at once. I've done stalagmite and kimberlite. I've done fire ice, yeah. Grading crystal, I've done grading crystal. Fractal silicon. Yeah, grading crystal, fire ice. What's the thing we haven't done? Am I gonna be screwed because we don't have any more unipolar magnets on the ground? Stalagmite crystal, done that. Organic crystal, crude oil. Does crude oil count? It'd be weird if crude oil counted. Can even be done by hand. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so then what's the one, what am I looking for? Of course, that's just gonna show me all my things I can make. I need an, oh, you need more power. Okay. We've done kimberlite, we've done fractal silicon, right? Kimberlite, fractal silicon, gradient crystal we've done, stalagmite we've done, unipolar magnets we haven't, but it's gone, fire ice we've done, organic crystal we've done. Am I screwed on that achievement this playthrough because there's no more unipolar magnets on the ground? Are there only 7 kinds of rare materials? It's simply because I didn't mine any off the ground when I had the chance. That's a little sad. I am a little sad about that. So Magpie will just live there until I decide to play another game and get to the point of getting to the black hole. Oh god. Okay, so planetary systems we can do. Carbon nanotubes by collecting plants, that's gotta be so rare. 100 silicon by collecting stone, that's less bad, maybe? At least stone is not uncommon. But I imagine I could just park it on a stone vein. And that'll happen eventually, right? Instead of having to move back and forth between everything. Um, 40 laser towers shoot the same thing. Neutralize 1,000 dark fog units in a minute. That would be very cool. Total of 10 million white cubes. Holy cow. I'll use the litter function to absorb 50,000 iron ingots at the same time. That's a lot. So we can work on the foundation one. Of course, that's going to take a bit. Some of these are things that you can only do, like we're already locked out of. It's like do this before this, or do this in a certain amount of time. Or some of them were locked out because we used metadata. So that one we can't do. Oh, this one. This one's weird. Light an artificial star on the north and south poles of your starting planet, which of course the poles are taken up. Maybe we might be able to fit one in there. And on a glacion in the permanite of a tidally locked planet. So we need to find a glacion, which is just a straight up Pokemon. Hey, there's a glacion. I don't know that I have the ability to make an artificial star on me right now. I do. Wow. Okay. Oh, but it's gonna take 2 minutes because I have to make all those components. Fine. Whatever. I haven't gotten any silicon out of this, have I? We're at 50. I don't know that I can increase my harvest rate like this. This isn't a thing that gets upgraded. Sun Ice Fox sounds like a good idea. It's like trying to like there's not an Eevee that would be equivalent of a sun, right? It'd be like a Soul Rock on top of a Glaceon. Just like hovering menacingly. We're at 5.92. Oh my god. Let's see. Well, you're gonna do your thing. Let's at least go out to that planet, I guess. And I wasn't sure the way that reads. It says you need to do on the north and south poles of your home planet and a Glaceon. So I'm not sure if it's just saying place one on a Glaceon, or it has to go on the north and south pole of this planet as well. So I'm probably just gonna be safe and and do it on both poles. Sun Ice Fox. This is like it's like a regional variant of what's the in Okami. I know that the wolf is not named Okami, right? What was its name? But how are you going to fit an artificial star on top of a Glaceon? Well, it's either going to be a really big Glaceon or a really small star. Amaterasu, thank you. It's like that, right? I still got a minute and a half before I actually have this thing. I'm gonna just drop all this stuff. Either artificial stars are smaller than expected, or this is one of those things where the evolution is larger than expected. I think it's Pokemon logic, where things are exactly as large or small as they need to be in any given context. Eevee is small dog sized, Glaceon is small planet sized. You know, just evolution things. This planet has a lot of stuff on it. There's 15 million titanium here, and 3 million silicon. Clearly we're here for the silicon. Oh, you can go faster. I mean, artificial stars are much smaller than real stars. I don't know that you could get one of these on a Fox, but it's a small building instead of a large celestial object. Okay. So I just need to put it there, right? Where was this one? Light and artificial stars. So I actually have to provide them with things too. North and south poles of your starting planet, and on a Glaceon planet, and in the permanite of a tidally locked planet. So I think I only need the one on this planet. The permanite of a tidally locked planet is going to be our Dyson Sphere system. I'm going to say... I'm just going to give you a fuel rod. I wonder if that counts? It's not lit. Because this planet does not need more power. I guess I could turn off the other stuff. I guess I'm gonna move this down closer to the other things. Since I don't think it matters. Yeah, okay. So then let's just say star. Fuel rod. And then you're just gonna idle. I guess I'll probably just leave one of them on. I was just gonna spit them all back out. That's silly. We're good, right? Maybe I'll turn one more on. Does that keep this going? Sure seems to. Okay, but of course now it can't do the thing because of the thing. What? I need to do this. There. Okay. Oh, but you're... Now it doesn't need them. What? Idle. There we go. Okay. Now you are on. That's gonna last a while, I think. So let's run back home, and we'll do the two there, and then we'll run out to our Dyson Sphere system and do that part. Boop. Attach a single miner to the artificial star and keep them separate from the network. That would make sense. Oops, I'm warping. We'll do that on the other spot. Because the tidally locked planet is our power planet, so we're gonna have a hard time needing to light an artificial star there. Okay. I also need to make another 2 of them, which requires all sorts of things that are elsewhere. So I need to make 2 for this planet and 1 for that planet. So I only need 2 more. That means I need 20 of these things. And then I need processors and frame material. But I have my stash. I have my stash. I haven't had to use this in a while. There's some of these. There's some of these. Ooh, perfect. So the trick here is that this is my pole. This is gonna like turn off a lot of stuff. Actually, that's not that bad. Turns off a little bit of stuff. But I think I can squeeze it in here. And I'm gonna give you like a stack of 10, maybe? And then we do the same thing elsewhere. Stack of 10. They both lit. I'm just gonna blindly assume that that's fine, and if not, then we're just gonna come back here. But now we're gonna go out to our tidally locked planet out in our Dyson Sphere system, and we can take a look at what things look like up in person. It's actually been a minute since we've been out there in the flesh? I don't know if we don't really have flesh, do we? Whoop. Silly gas giant grabbing us just a tiny bit there. In the tin. Oh look, FPS dropping. You reached endgame. Yay, hooray. That might have actually been... They might have been struggling for a little while. Who knows? OBS is doing its thing too. But hello, how's it going? We are awfully close. We're headed to our Dyson Sphere now, but we're awfully close here. There's only 3,400 that can be attaching at a time now because there's so few nodes. I do wish that I designed it a little bit different so that they could attach a bit faster, but it's a little late for that. OBS be janky, it's true. I'm also running a dedicated server for a completely different game just in the background. But I think the main thing is just, yeah, we got a lot going on in this game at this point. Yeah, here we are. Look at this. Look at this. Our planet's around there somewhere. Let's go do a big loop. You can see our solar sails being launched. We're launching from this planet down to here. We're launching from the planet over there down to there. We're launching from that planet over to here. I love it. There's the planet. You see it there? It looks so tiny. Or no, it's on the other side. But we can kind of see it through the sphere. Here we go. There it is. Here's our tiny little power planet. Boop. Oh, just crashing into our sea of solar sails here. It's all good. And everything here looks good, right? We have a full stack. We have a whole thing of charged batteries and dead batteries. We probably should actually turn off dead battery production at this point. Because if things can't ship out their dead batteries, that's probably a not great thing. But oh well. I think we'll survive. So I need to come down here. to our eternal night side. And then yeah, with this one I am gonna do what you say. I'm gonna do a little miner here, and then a little artificial star here. And they just kind of connect. And then you're gonna get, there it is. I'm gonna give you some of that. Now, did that count? There we go. Let there be light. An achievement. Oop. Oop. Now it can go away. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so cool seeing them like crossed like that. That's so satisfying. Need to get like a good thumbnail screen. Look at that. Oh my god. That's so good. I think that'll work. How are you, Timon? How's your Metroid running going? Oh, there's just a couple of random things over here. Okay. Run's been good, improving a lot. Cool. Broke another minute barrier. Excellent. I know that's I mean, Super Metroid is so tight already that minute barriers are big deals, right? The only speed run I really done is Dwarf Fortress. Did you know that I have a record in Dwarf Fortress? But it's like it's not contested or anything. So you take out. I got like a 4 hour 20 run, and that was like a huge improvement over the record. And then like the next run I did, I shaved like another 45 minutes off. So it's not like no one's counting minutes in that one. Yeah, there's only 1 minute more I can get before world record. Nice. That's pretty cool. Being within sight of it like that is pretty cool. Can I get some of these in shot? This is kind of a cool. Yeah. Oh, it's so satisfying. We could also get it like straight up and down like this. Oh man. I was good to cross those minute barriers. Totally. Oh, Niobium Narwhal is the person I was telling you about who does the Link to the Past randomized race type stuff. So there you go. And it's mind-boggling. Like I barely understand it. Never gonna get there though. Probably another 5,000 hours of dedication. Holy cow. Yeah, those are contested. Those are contested runs, aren't they? Or antimatter. Holy cow. Nice run. Link to the Past. NMG for years and years. Excellent. It's so interesting to watch. the things people have done to these games, these poor games, that people have just turned into ridiculous things. Every time I think of just the fact that Archipelago exists, just blows my mind. Been working on NMG lately, want to learn Super Metroid at some point too. Excellent. I've played Super Metroid. I've definitely not tried to speedrun it. Be simultaneously assaulted by 12 planetary bases on a planet. That's ridiculous. Oh, we should just go to more systems. That's what we should do. That's a thing that we can do. Let's just go visit some places we haven't been to before. Like I doubt I've been there. Oh, it's so cool. The system is so cool. Like I could turn off the solar sails at this point probably, but it would look less cool. Not enough space warpers. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I have 1,000 sitting there. I don't know how keen you are on mods on Chowder, but with Sphere Opt, you gain back a good bunch of FPS. Interesting. If I were going to be playing a whole bunch more, I would maybe look into that, especially if it's like optimizing stuff. Whoops. Does that count? Did I count as being here? I'm gonna wrap up this sphere, and then we're gonna move on to some other games. But I'm probably gonna keep fiddling around with things offline, off stream. So maybe I'll look into that. There, okay, so we're at 24 systems. And from here, we can go over there. Might have gone to some of these, I don't even know. Which is lost because of the sphere. Oh yeah, I'm sure. What do you mean? That whole thing is taking some frames? Honestly, it's a minor miracle that this game runs as well as it does. Boop. And then there's 25. I'll probably want to like I know you have a whole bunch of spheres, right? I'll probably want to do something like that and just kind of start making more spheres. Hat Sun. So at that point, definitely we'll want to try and optimize it a bit, right? This is a level 20 base here? Why is this one huge? We didn't do anything here. It's just a good system, I guess. Huh. We have an almost level 30 space hive out in our farm system. I'm seeing some level 30 bases, which is apparently the max. Did not know that beforehand. Dat Sun. There's 26. Oops, we're in orbit. Enif. Let's do Enif. Oh, that Surely that's a little hot. Oh well. Clearly it's fine. Except I'm still in orbit, aren't I? There we go. No! No, I'm still... I'm stuck! I think we're okay now. Turns out suns have a little bit of gravity. Oops. There's another. That one's only level 7. 27. We are getting there. Don't think we did that one because we came from. We did these, right? Kortawi. Yeah, so let's go here. Just do a nice big tour of our star systems. My opinion on mods differs from game to game. Like a game like this would be totally fine, especially now that we've done like a core, like a a vanilla run essentially. Actually, I'm curious if they've updated it yet. But for a hot minute, me and my partner were doing multiplayer Dyson Sphere. But I know that all got completely disabled because of the dark fog update. But now it's also been a couple months now, so I'm curious if they've got that going again. But that was fun too. Back up and running. Wow. With fog, that's ridiculous. That does sound kind of neat. Can you convert an existing one-player game to a multiplayer? I don't think you can, right? Or at least you couldn't before. You have to make a whole new game. Probably not. It would be cool to just invite people to this game, but I'd be surprised if that was okay. I mean, the fact that they can just shove multiplayer into a game like this is ridiculous. Modders be moddin'. Doop. That's a bright one. 2 more. All these all these seeds. Matar. But I haven't done any mods other than that. I've really just done them like the vanilla game and the multiplayer. I haven't messed around with any of the other mods. It's 321. Zava Java. Zava Java. Okay. What a time to be alive. I know, right? We are... I don't know if people really think about this much, but we are kind of in a golden age of gaming right now. I know there's a lot of people like to complain about a lot of things, but we're eating pretty good these days. There we go. One more achievement. I mostly used optimization mods because I had to. Without them, I'd be at 5 frames a second. Yeah, no kidding. Some quality of life stuff, yeah. I'm always about the quality of life stuff. Sometimes you gotta wait for the modders to fix a game. Well, we've uploaded 69,000 universe matrices just in the last hour and a half, last time I looked at that. Okay, so what's left? We're at 81 achievements. We can try to get sulfuric acid and carbon nanotubes and silicon from collecting things? It's not exactly interesting to watch, though. Oh, where's the one? That'd be a good one to wrap up on. Come on. Oh, am I wandering a little close to the hive here? Oh, maybe a little. Hello. Don't mess with me. I'll fuck you up. Where was it? The one where you have to like drop a bunch of titanium in space. Oh, and the 100% shield coverage. Probably a little easier than the Foundation one. The bullet one would be interesting. Of course, we're not making bullets. I haven't used bullets this whole game. I don't think we've fired a single bullet this game. I went lasers and missiles and didn't look back. Oh, the fractionators thing. Complete the mission without using a foundation. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Complete without launching a solar sail. It's not that bad, but geez. Never dismantle a landing station. A Matrix Lab's upload speed reaches 1 million hashes a second. So that's just the research for upgrading our research speed, right? There it is. 3,000 units of titanium ingots at once while flying in space. Okay, well then let's go get 3,000 titanium ingots. I don't think that's hard to find at this point. How's the sphere looking? It's looking awfully sphere-like. I don't know that it's going to be finished today. I think there's just a little bit. We're at 5.95 of 6.15 million solar sails attached. But we were at like 5.5 and some change at the start of today. So I think there's still... I think there's still another stream left. I don't know. Oh, I should have, yeah. Whoa. Okay, cool. I'm torn because, like, we've been streaming this for so long. I definitely want to see it completed, right? I want to see a complete sphere. And so that I can call this done. But also, it is going to be another stream of like farting around and waiting for it to happen. There's only so many more achievements we can do. We've kind of gotten the low-hanging fruit at this point. The forever game. This is definitely a forever game. Oh, I duplicated our science situation. We have 2 science poles now. And just put that back. And our planet's being like sufficient. We're doing fine. Look at that. Jeez. Oh, titanium. Well, I'm gonna have to empty my inventory, aren't I? Over here. Dyson, then potion craft on Monday. Probably something like that. Or maybe Dyson Sphere and then V Rising. Oh look, we're needing more iron now. Well, actually we're probably fine. Still, we are using a lot of iron. But titanium is why I'm over here. And it's getting used. Oh my god. But we can upgrade those. Let's just... Hey look, another thing to upgrade. Just grab these. A little better idea to do V. Yeah, if you wanna see what it's like, I will definitely stream it. I've been playing for a bit already, so you won't see the very beginning. But you know, you'll see kind of the once you're in the gameplay loop, what that kind of looks like. 'Cause I enjoy it. Finally upgrading titanium, holy cow. Oh, and this one's already, we did just do that one, okay. And then let's upgrade their sorters. Just 'cause we are at that point. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And then we will copy and paste. I don't know that I have the slots on the station for all that. We're gonna have to reschedule. I mean, that's just 2 out and 2 in, and I have 2. Really all the silicon stuff should go over here, right? This is the silicon. But you're also... You have 1, 2... You have 2 spots. So I could move... Really, we need another station is what we need. Which... I... Can I just squeeze it in here? No. No. Oh, but I'm gonna move these too. What about like... No? That's too close. It's too close. And then this, that can be... Right? This is going over to like titanium glass or something. This can be reorganized. geez. Speaking of... So yeah, I guess it's good that this is going to get its own dedicated setup here. Of course, it could have gone on the other side, but whatever. Let's just going to do that. You demand titanium. And then titanium comes out here. There we go. And I bet I can get this a little cleaner. Oh! Yes, let's just, it fits, I'm gonna do it. I'll just reorganize this a tiny bit. And then you're gonna go this other way. Right, yeah, all 4 of these. Yeah. And then this will not need silicon anymore at all. It can request silicon. And then, yeah, okay, we'll let that empty itself, but ultimately, it is not a silicon station no more. And I am gonna just redo most of that. Oh, I should do the thing. You want silicon and high purity silicon. You're gonna demand, you're gonna supply, you're gonna get your ships. Gonna get your power. And then you. And I guess we want to like this, right? And then you go like that. And you go like that. I think we should do this other side separately. I'll just kind of undo that one. And then this can rearrange a bit. Speaking of a flood of titanium, that didn't take long, did it? Jeez, how am I gonna... I'm gonna fit all that. Okay, titanium or out. Like that. You're going back in. You are or out. That. And then you are also or out. Oh, that didn't connect, did it? Is this... How did you get the wrong thing? After all that. After all that. Okay. And then you go this way. Okay. You reverse. So then I need to do like that, right? And then reverse again. Nope. Okay. So that's more than twice what we were doing for titanium. Of course, you need to connect. And we need to proliferate. Here, and here, and here, and here. And then you can request proliferator. Why not? There you are. Local demand, remote storage. Whatever. Whoops. I've been real good at buttons today. Okay. And then this one's gonna come down like this. Do I care about anything that's on the ground? It's just a bunch of titanium ore. You go there. Okay. How are you still not... Excuse me. Okay. Hopefully titanium's good, silicon's good. Silicon's good. Really, one of these should be a interstellar station so I can request the titanium, but also maybe I don't care. So now my question is, she's our iron, yeah. Okay, well, remind me next stream we need more iron. Holy cow. This is all iron, this is all that. Really what I want to do is I want you to be local storage so we can accumulate some. So they are in stacks of 100, which means I need 300 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not 300, 30. Digits. 3,000 divided by 100 is 30. Okay, that's not so bad. That's definitely not my entire inventory. Might be able to just fit that now even. Let's just do whoop. So, and then you go away, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We need 2 more stacks. Okay. You go away. You can fit right there. And then you go there. So now if I grab them all, it is 3,100. Which is all I need, right? 3,000. So now I need to drop all of that at once in space. Just flying in space. It doesn't say have to be warping or anything like that, right? So I want to get away from our planet just to make sure that's not a thing we care about. Here we go. Hey, look, our drive engine has gone up. Okay. And now for my next achievement. Boop. Oh, it like hovers around me. Can I just... Shoop! I can suck it back up. There we go. Cool. That's an achievement. Shoop. Okay. So where does that leave us? That leaves me at the end of the time that I usually stream. So I think we're gonna wrap up. Our Dyson Sphere is quite close. We are not quite breaking 6 million. We're at 5.95 out of 6.15 million sales attached. They are marching themselves in one by one, slowly going up. You can see that we have 3,000 attaching right now. I don't know what their attachment rate is though, right? But it will get there. It's closer than it was at the start of the stream. And then the other question is our achievement count for today, May 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 achievements today. So we had 14 last time and we did 7 today. So we've done 21 achievements in 2 days. Out of the 82 that I have total now. So that's cool. Were any of those rare? I think the Dark Fog Space Units one is definitely the rarest, yeah. This is now my pride and joy. Oh, but the Let There Be Light one, only 1% of people have done that. Only 1% have done the 32 systems. And the Waterworld Planet Foundations. Cool. Okay. The only rare things are like a lot harder, I think. Matrix Lab upload rate of 1 million hashes a second. What are we at now? $40,000? Oh my god. Need 20 times more than our current research rate? Okay, so yeah, that's gonna be a minute. And some of these are completing the game under certain conditions that won't be happening now. Could try the Bulletstorm one. It's so rare, it's so tempting. We would just need to, you know, make bullets and guns and a gun base. Have Icarus destroyed by Dark Fog at passive Dark Fog aggressiveness. Hilarious. Oh, and then Implosion Cannon, 40 enemies in one shot. We haven't been making Implosion Cannons at all either. Base radius of Icarus's energy shield reaches 25 meters. Wow. Each one goes up by 1 meter. So we would need to get to number 25. Yikes. I mean, where does it start? Where is it? What are we at right now? Mecha. Shield. Base radius 8 meters. And we're at level 8. We would have to get to level 25. And here's gonna be like 20k each. No, it's 20 and then 30 and then 40 and then 50. 42 and then 56. How many cubes does that take? That's a huge amount of cubes. That's gonna go, that's forever. If this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, yeah. It's 132k on its own. And they're all just doing 1 meter. Yikes. I mean, we can do it eventually. But our science is going. Right? Making those white cubes. Everything was good there. Oh. I see things that aren't going here. But why not? I see all the colors of cubes are all backed up onto their conveyors. Except maybe, is it antimatter? No. I see antimatter too. So then why are you slacking? You need more greens. Oh, I guess it isn't. Hey, look! Graviton lenses. Of course. We spent an entire day working on that. So I guess let's go check over on it. Where'd I put that? Put down here? It's right here. So here's our strange matter. Oh, we increased our strange matter, but we didn't increase the actual graviton lens production. That's what's going on. Because at the time it was fine. And now it ain't. Right? Yep, you have your materials. You are boosted. You're just not making enough. Well, I think we can just extend this for now. I think this is gonna all get moved at some point, but for right now, I think these take a while on each job, so a nice long... Nope, won't let me. Okay. Of course, I need the buildings. And of course, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of titanium in my inventory for some reason. And now we fixed the problem, so now I don't have a spot to put in... oh, you need to local supply. Yes, I do need to turn that back on. I do that a lot. I set things to not go, and then I don't get them going again. Come on. Take it. Take it from me. There we go. And then I need buildings. Those are over here. Somewhere. Here you are. Nope. Can't believe there's still room on this planet. I kind of thought that I'd be at the point of needing to like relocate major things at this point, but we're still kind of okay. We wouldn't be for much longer, but like right now, things are kind of okay. This isn't where I meant to go. This way still. Navigating a sphere. And all my landmarks look the same now. It's all just buildings. Here we are. There. More graviton lenses. And clearly that's fine. These all take so long. Still only making 38 a minute. Okay. I think we're gonna call it here for today. We are inching closer. My goodness. But more achievements. Achievements! We have achieved so much today. Even if we haven't achieved the sphere itself, we are awfully close, and we've achieved actual achievements. Steam thinks this is an accomplishment, right? That's gotta count for something. But yeah, I think I have one more stream? That's a dangerous phrase. One more turn is pretty dangerous, but one more stream has gotta be up there as far as the trouble you can get yourself in. But come by on Monday. One more stream. One more of these, and hopefully we have a whole good sphere. Good stream. Excellent, thank you. Thanks for coming by. Come by on Saturday, we're gonna do something totally different. I'm gonna paint a picture of my cat. Because I want to. So we're gonna do that on Saturday, and then come by on Monday. We're gonna do more Dyson Sphere, and as soon as Dyson Sphere is done, we're gonna pick something else up. We're probably gonna do maybe we'll do a stream in V Rising, just to kind of show it around. Won't be doing a full series on that one though, because that's kind of I want that for me in my not stream time. That's what I'll be playing offline. So if you want to play V Rising with me, and you're not in the Discord, then join the Discord, and you'll get access to the official Unchowder community V Rising dedicated server. And we can all have fun in there. There's plenty of room in there. Everyone's welcome as long as you're cool. And it's a if you care, it's a PvE server. I've reduced some of I've fiddled with sliders, so some of the things that are annoying are slightly less annoying, like equipment wear, and I increased how the stack size of items and kind of things like that. So if you want to have a good time in V Rising, come join the Discord and ask nicely, and you will have access. Sad to miss that on Saturday. Oh, that's fair. I'm trying not to have too much fun without you. I probably won't finish it. That might be a couple of Saturdays worth of stuff, but we'll get it started at the very least. But yeah, and if you don't catch it, the VOD will go up on Rechowder on YouTube. All my VODs are there. All the VODs are up there. So if you ever want to hang out with me but without me, then it's all over there on YouTube. So feel free to engage with that as well. Today's episode was brought to you by me not having my phone up at the moment I needed to. Here we go. No. And of course now the app's going to be weird. By the sun. The thing that we are encapsulating, the thing that we are stealing, the thing that we have very nearly encased entirely in a device of our own making. But also by you, clicking on the buttons down there, hanging out with me and chatting and lurking and joining my Verizon Disc server and all that good stuff. That's the celestial object that I aim to capture right now. So I appreciate all being here and hanging out with me and having fun and being around. So come by on Saturday, come by next week. Don't forget to stay kind.